6:15 p.m. This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. The news edited by Dilini Gunawardana, assisted by Sanjay Paladeniya, and read by Geethanjali Ramanayaka. The headlines. The President emphasizes the significance of prioritizing the convenience of students over other concerns when conducting exams. The Asian Development Bank approves $350 million to Sri Lanka as a special policy-based loan. Call for immediate steps to prevent media exposure of child victims and the accused. Marine Environment Protection Authority reports that no chemical or oil leak was observed from the wreck of the Express Pearl ship. Food security in Sri Lanka is found to be improving across all provinces. Foreign news, Kyiv is under drone attack barrage for the second night. Sports cricket, the much-awaited IPL final between Chennai Super Kings and Gujarat Titans will be played tonight. News in detail. President Ranil Wickremesinghe expressed his concern about the obstacles faced by students when taking exams in unfamiliar environments. In a recent discussion, he emphasized the need for the Ministry of Education and Examinations Department to prioritize the convenience and progress of students over their own convenience. Recognizing the difficulties faced by students, the President advised the education authorities to transform schools with a minimum of 75 qualified students into examination centers, provided that it doesn't disrupt ongoing exam activities. He instructed the officials to take prompt action in implementing this plan. During the discussion, attention was paid to the 2022 GC O-level examination, which began today. The government has employed approximately 40,000 officials for the smooth execution of the exams. However, President Ranil Wickremesinghe received reports from concerned parents and students regarding the inconvenience caused by redirecting students from their own schools to other examination centers. Understanding the impact this has on students' mental well-being, the President stressed the importance of informing schools and students about such changes at least 1 year in advance. He also emphasized the necessity of establishing a formal program to conduct all examinations related to children's education without any delay. The Asian Development Bank has approved a $350 million special policy-based loan to provide budget support to Sri Lanka for economic stabilization today. In a statement, the ADB said the program is part of a broader package of financial assistance anchored by the IMF's Extended Fund Facility for the country, which aims to stabilize the economy and lay the foundation for economic recovery and sustained growth. ADB President said that ADB is concerned about the deep crisis in the country and its impact on the people of Sri Lanka, especially the poor and the vulnerable, particularly women. ADB repurposed $334 million of existing loans as an emergency response to support the import of essential items such as fertilizer, medicines, chemicals for water treatment, working capitals for small and medium-sized enterprises, and cash transfers to the poorest and vulnerable. This news broadcast comes to you from the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. The chair of the Parliamentary Caucus for Children, MP Rohini Kumari Wijeratne, has emphasized that many social problems have arisen due to the exposure of children and child's accused through the media, and therefore immediate measures should be taken to prevent it. The Communications Department of Parliament reported today that this was mentioned at the Parliamentary Caucus for Children, which convened in Parliament recently. The Ministry of Women, Child Affairs and Social Empowerment and its affiliates, and the Ministry of Mass Media and the institutions operating under it were also called before the caucus. It was pointed out by the members of Parliament that the exposure of the identities of children through the media, especially in cases of child molestation and child abuse, has a great impact on the lives of children concerned. Officials of the state media indicated that their agencies follow a standard when disseminating news related to children. Sri Lanka's Marine Environment Protection Authority, quoting the country's Navy, said that no chemical or oil leak was reported from the wreck of the Express Pearl. Media reports suggested that a chemical leak was observed at the site of the wreck yesterday. Therefore, the Sri Lanka Navy and the Marine Protection Authority dispatched its personnel on yesterday and today for an investigation. The chairman of the MIPA, Sailor Rakava, added that samples were obtained from the sea area in question for further investigation. He further added that Express Pearl is under constant observation. Security in Sri Lanka is improving across all provinces, according to the Crop and Food Security Assessment Mission report jointly carried out in February-March 2023 by the Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations and the United Nations World Food Programme. The report estimates 3.9 million people, or 17% of the population, is in moderate acute food insecurity, which is nearly a 40% decrease from June-July last year. Nearly 10,000 people are severely acute food insecure, down from 66,000 people last year. The improvement in food security stems from better food consumption, which could be attributed to reduced food prices and improved incomes among farming communities during the harvesting period when the mission was carried out. The government pays special attention to make sure the price of imported goods is properly revised in accordance with the decrease of the value of the dollar. Restrictions were imposed on a number of imported goods in order to protect foreign reserve in several occasions. The government has taken steps to lift some of those restrictions based on the requests made by those who are engaged in agriculture, fisheries and industrial sector. Currently, the economy of the country remains in a positive note. Therefore, the government intends to lift the restrictions imposed on other fields as well. State Minister Rajat Siambalapitiya said that this will be implemented along with the collaboration of the Economic Research Department of the Central Bank. And that ends local news for now.
The main news story is brought to you by Siddhalepa Vedamahatmya.
The 2022 GC Ordinary Level Examination commenced today. A total of 472,553 applicants will be facing the exam across 3,586 examination centres. Over 40,000 personnel have been assigned for examination duty. Using mobile phones, correction fluid and calculators within the exam hall is prohibited. The Commissioner General of Examinations said candidates who violate these rules would be banned from sitting for the examination for a period of 5 years. And that was the main news story.
The main news story was brought to you by Siddhalepa Vedamahatmya.
Moving on to Watchlight. Issuing a heat index advisory, the Met Department predicts that the heat index is expected to increase up to the caution level at some places in the northern, north central, northwestern and eastern provinces and the Monragal and Hambantota districts. The heat index forecast is calculated by using relative humidity and maximum temperature, and this is the condition that is felt on the body. It is generated by the Met Department for the next day period and prepared by using global numerical weather prediction model data. However, the department has advised the members of the public to stay hydrated, take breaks in the shade as often as possible, limit strenuous outdoor activities, find shade and wear light-weighted, white or light-colored clothing. And that came to you in Watchlight. On to world news in the headlines. Kyiv is under drone attack barrage for the second night. Turkish election victory leaves nation divided. And China will send its first civilian astronaut into space. Ukraine has come under another wave of overnight drone and missile attacks, with most of the airstrikes targeting Kyiv. City officials said Ukrainian forces destroyed more than 40 aerial targets over the capital. There were no casualties in Kyiv, but falling drone debris damaged buildings and caused fires. Explosions were also reported in several regions. It was Russia's 15th air assault on the city this month and the second overnight attack in a row of similar intensity. Recep Tayyip Erdogan supporters celebrated well after the long-time president secured another 5 years in power. Addressing the cheering crowds outside his palace in Ankara, the winner said that the entire nation has won. But his call for unity sounded hollow as he ridiculed his opponent. The opposition leader did not explicitly concede victory, complaining of the most unfair election in recent years. The opposition leader said the president's political party had mobilized all the means of the state against him. China will send its first civilian astronaut into space as part of crewed mission to the Tiangong space station tomorrow. Hubei, northwest China, tomorrow. Payload expert will take off from the Jiuquan Satellite Launch Center in northwest China tomorrow. A spokesman for the space agency told reporters that Hu, who is professor at Beijing University, will mainly be responsible for the on-orbit operation of space science experimental payloads. Until now, all Chinese astronauts sent into space have been members of the People's Liberation Army. And back to the headlines of the world news. Kyiv is under drone attack barrage for the second night. Turkish election victory leaves nation divided. And China will send its first civilian astronaut into space. And that ends world news.
Development News.
According to State Minister for Investment Promotion Dilu Mamnugama, during the first quarter of this year, from January to April, investments of $604 million have been received through Sri Lanka Board of Investment Projects. The minister has disclosed that there are 23 new projects and 7 expansions of existing projects among the investments. In addition, the minister also said that last week agreements have been signed for 3 new projects worth more than $38 million. And on to sports news, IPL 2023, the much-awaited Indian Premier League final between Chennai Super Kings and Gujarat Titans will be played later today after heavy rains in Ahmedabad last evening forced organisers to reschedule the game. MS Dhoni will lead the Chennai Super Kings while Gujarat Titans will be headed by Hardik Pandya. And that was sports news.
Go ekak tier change ekat niyameta set wenna as wahagena dang puhina habe karanna youth ekat niyameta set wenna friendship එක menna.
The all new NSB Ithru account, NSB I Am, a plan for your dream.
Business News, sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
The brand manager of Zesta, C. Bandara Karnanatha, says that Zesta has conquered the international market. It is highly popular both in the local and international markets. Zesta tea has obtained the BMF certificate as well. And that was Business News.
Business News, sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
Go ekak tiyana youth ekat life ekේ change ekat niyameta set wenna as wahagena dang puhina habe karanna youth ekat niyameta set wenna friendship එක menna.
The all new NSB Ithru account, NSB I Am, a plan for your dream.
Economic News, courtesy of
LONC Finance is taking the power of innovation to the next level, winning 5 golds at the Technovation Awards 2022, leading the digital revolution with cutting-edge interbanking digital payments. LONC Finance claims the overall gold award whilst also claiming an extraordinary victory in digital banking.
State Minister of Finance Ranjit Siamlapitiya says that a program has been prepared to streamline the payment of taxes and to fix the weakness and shortcomings in tax collection. Speaking to the media in the Ruanwala area, Mr. Siamlapitiya said that electronic system will be implemented through the implementation of the RAMIS project in order to make the tax system more efficient. And that was Economic News.
LONC Finance is taking the power of innovation to the next level, winning 5 golds at the Technovation Awards 2022, leading the digital revolution with cutting-edge interbanking digital payments. LONC Finance claims the overall gold award whilst also claiming an extraordinary victory in digital banking. LONC Finance will continue to innovate with the next generation digitalization of financial services, delivering a superior customer experience.
Weather Report.
Showers or thunderstorms will occur at several places over the island during the evening or night. Fairly heavy showers, about 75 millimeters, are likely at some places in the eastern and Uva provinces. Showers will occur in the western coastal areas and in the Galle and Mathura district during the morning. And that was the report, and prior to concluding this news broadcast, the headlines again. The President emphasizes the significance of prioritizing the convenience of students over other concerns when conducting exams. The Asian Development Bank approves $350 million to Sri Lanka as a special policy-based loan. Call for immediate steps to prevent media exposure of child victims and the accused. Marine Environment Protection Authority reports that no chemical or oil leaks were observed from the wreck of the Express Pearl ship. Food security in Sri Lanka is found to be improving across all provinces. Foreign news: Kiev is under drone attack barrage for the second night. Sports cricket: the much-awaited IPL final between Chennai Super Kings and the Gujarat Titans will be played tonight. And with that, we end this news broadcast from the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation.